Hello, hello, hello. How we doing today? How we doing, friends? So today, well, we're going to talk about proven ways to success. But first, I want to show you a short clip about. Well, I'll just show you this clip and we'll talk about it. Got to share my screen here. I hope this clip works. But first, I want to show you. All right. Oh, sorry. I hope you saw that. I'm not really sure if you did or not. Yeah, looks like you did. Good deal. So, these guys are selling, aren't they? In a way. Everybody is a salesman. Everybody is a salesman, guys. We all sell ourselves. Those animals there were selling how cute they were and how hungry they were. And us as humans will give them food. So, that's a kind of a bold statement. Everybody's selling. Let's talk about it. Um, let's talk about, hey, how about a waiter or a waitress? Everybody has been to a restaurant and has got waited on by a waitress. And 99% of the time, what happens? We really don't get the service we deserve. So we just give them a couple bucks. But if you have had a waiter or a waitress that has come back to your table, has, maybe they've given you your salad, and as soon as you were done with your salad, bam, your dinner was right there. It was right on time. And, they came back and gave you drinks throughout the dinner. And everything seemed to be perfect. Their attitude, their smile, their everything about them was, positive and uplifting to you. And then she comes back and says, or he comes back and says, would you like dessert? And, a lot of times we say, well, not really. She says, and they're selling their product. Okay. So they would say, let's go back to the dinner. So they would say, well, this is a very nice meal. And these customers, if you go to this place, you like them, you're going to keep on going back. So they're going to keep knowing you. And they're going to know a little bit about what you eat. So they're going to say, hey, this dinner right here is very nice. I think you'll really like it. And then, when dessert comes up, you say, well, not really. I think we're good. And she's going to say, well, we have two desserts that are really super good. And you guys could actually split one and it wouldn't be that, heavy on you. So that is selling. They're selling themselves. They're selling their product. If you're getting a paycheck from somewhere, you should be selling whatever your business is, whatever company you work for. If it's a food place, then you're selling the food. If it's online business, you're selling what your company sells. Okay? So guys, we are all sellers, no matter what, where we are in the world, what we're doing, we're all sellers. Now, for success, This is, a lot of this stuff is my opinion. You can take it and expand on it. But learning, training, and having a positive intention, what your intention for what your intention is for your business. Okay. My intention is transforming families so they can get, the future that they want for their family. So learning, when we're learning, that could be a lot of things. That could be your reading, what you're reading about, keeping your mind fed with material of whatever you're doing. Maybe you're here, you're not online marketer, maybe you're in a different kind of business. So you read about that stuff. Training, we all need to do training all the time. I watch tons and tons of training during the week, and sometimes I get so much, I get kind of overwhelmed myself, and I have to step back. It's like today, I don't know, I woke up and I don't know, feeling blah. That's what I told the caregiver. I feel blah today, and you don't want to come on here on a video and feel blah. So you know what I did? I listened to inspirational stuff all morning just to get myself uplifted and get myself ready for you guys, so that I didn't just like sit here, didn't, you know what I mean? Bore you to death. I didn't want to do that. So I got on YouTube and I got some inspirational stuff and just, went to town, and I listened to hours of it this morning. I read a little bit and I was like, I really don't feel like reading. So I read for like 15 minutes. Now I'll probably go back because I feel a little better and read some more. But, I started listening to inspirational stuff to, help me out and basically help you guys out. So a lot of times we need a balance, a mental balance, a physical balance, and a spiritual balance. This is steps that you're going to take, whether you know it or not, to get to your success. Now, a lot of people think success is going to come quick. And I'll tell you what, if you got everything straight up here in between your ears, that could happen. I've seen people, and I'll give you an example, two brothers, and you know how brothers are just about the opposites. Two brothers get into the same business. Okay. Now this is online, so they're both in the business, not in each other's business. So they're in the same company. Okay, let's put it that way. The one brother is got a positive attitude. He is ready, rare to go. He's got everything straight in his mind. He works out all the time, and he reads the Bible. He's set. He makes a lot of money. Now, these guys are both doing the same thing, same traffic, because they're sharing. They're brothers. They're sharing. They're trying to both be successful. And this brother that's making all the money is giving this brother everything that he has, except the stuff he has in his mind, because he doesn't really, at that time, he doesn't know how to do that. So this brother is struggling. He's saying, what the heck? I'm doing the same thing. I'm using the same landing page. I'm using the same website. I'm using the same company. You're making a killing. I haven't made a dime. What is going on? That's where the problem is. A lot of times it's us. It's what's in us, in our hearts, in our mind, what we think about, what we focus on. So this guy, he is all set, and he's making money right away. Now, maybe this has happened to you. You've gone to a company and you've gone with a group maybe, and the same people that were making money in the other group, maybe you were in a deal with somebody, the same people were making the money on this one. And you say, well, they have the money to invest in the traffic. Guys, when I first started, I put tons of money in the traffic, same as everybody. We'd all do like co-ops, so everybody was getting the same kind of traffic, but not everybody was getting the same results. And sometimes that happens. What do you do in that case? Well, hopefully you've built up a mental reserve. What I mean by that is, built your confidence level up and your self-esteem. So when things go bad, which they are going to, that's part of success. The struggles and fear that you may have is going to probably happen. We all are in different segments in business and in our lives. That's why some people can just right out of the gate go for it. They just making money and they're doing the same thing that you're doing, and you're not making not a dime. And a lot of this, the reason I'm bringing a lot of this up is we did that event last week. If you were here last week, we did an event, and there was a lot of people in the chat. And I'm going to give you a couple examples here, at least one that I remember. And the guy says, I'm broke. And our mentor, he says, don't ever say you're broke. You may not have the best financial situation right now. That's just a part of your life. Don't make it your whole life. And he helped him out, and basically went through the spiel, told him, don't say that. And right after he got done, the guy says, well, I'm still broke. He didn't learn nothing. The guy's trying to help him out. The guy's a multi-millionaire, and he's trying to help him out. And he didn't take it. And a lot of times that happens. So another example was people were complaining. All right. And I'm going to use, I'm not going to say the person's name, but I'm going to use somebody, an example, somebody I know. Okay. I'm not going to say their name. So here's what they do all the time. They have a problem, and then they run around and tell everybody, right? Tell everybody. Now, if you're the type of person that, wants to help them and help them solve their problem, they're not going to come to you because they really don't want the problem solved. They want to go tell everybody again about their problem. And, maybe that's happening around you. Guys, the first person that you need to look at if you're not having success is yourself. First off and foremost. Because a lot of times it's going to be you that's stopping you. Maybe you got fear. Maybe you're just not taking action. That could happen. A lot of times when I first started, I've been in business for years, but when I first started, I really didn't know what to do. And I thought I was doing something. I was blogging and I was doing some videos, and I was actually, I like to build websites and stuff like that. And I don't know, I wasn't doing the marketing part. I was doing everything but what I needed to do. And maybe that's a lot of you guys. You're on Facebook a lot. Maybe you're checking your email all the time to see. Maybe you're checking results. Maybe you did a campaign for 50 clicks and you're checking your results all the time. This is one of your problems. Okay, so you're not taking action. And hey, there is free ways you can do stuff online. There's people out there making money blogging. There's people out there making money doing videos, but you got to do them. If you're doing this full time, you should be doing them constantly. And I'll give you a little hint here. If you're going to do videos, do even a blog post, you have to have your outcome, what you want the video to do before you even start. Do you want an opt-in? Do you want to try to send them to the sales page? Do you want to send them to a blog post, or whatever? You need your outcome first. Then you do the video. Keep it around anywhere. I would do like 3 to 5 minutes. You don't want to do it too short, because then, if you do it like 20 seconds or something, then that's not enough. So at least over a minute, but between 3 and 5. Anything over that, then you have to be really super good to be able to keep somebody's attention. And a lot of times when you're first starting out, you just can't do that. 2 minutes would be good too. It wouldn't be that bad. And it's really not that hard to talk for 2 minutes, because a lot of times when I do mine, I thought that was only 2 or 3 minutes, and it was 5. So sometimes, time flies when you're having fun. So I had to write some notes today, so I'm gonna keep looking down here. Certain steps are taken when you want your success. And here's one good way is when you finally find, exactly what you want to do, is you think about what time you want to get up in the morning. And you get up at that time. I mean, I think a lot of times I get up at between 1:45 and 7 o'clock. But if I put my mind to it, like there's some days that the girl has to come early. So I have to get up at around 6:30 so I can get myself up and, dressed and stuff before she comes here. Now, what I'm talking about is she's a caregiver. She comes, takes care of my mother-in-law. So I have to get up early. I don't like alarms. Never did. But I used to use them before because I really didn't like what I was doing. And that was the only way to wake myself up. But now I like what I'm doing. So when I don't even set the alarm. When I set in myself in my mind, okay, I got to get up at 6:30. I wake up even earlier than that. The last couple of days, I've said I'm going to wake up at 6:30. I got up about 10 after 6. It's like, holy cow, And I've been doing this for a long time where, I think about what time I got to get up in the morning. Say I got to get up at 6:45. I get up at 6:30, 6:45, between that time. If she's not coming, I don't have to get up till 7. So I get up between 1:45 and 7 o'clock. It isn't, some days it's exact. I mean, it's funny because I'll think I got to get up at 7, and it's 7 o'clock when I wake up. It's like, holy cow, that worked. So you can put your mind to whatever you want to do. And that one is easy for me because I really like to get up and do what I do. Now, guys, I have chores in the morning. I live on a farm. I have birds, and you'd think, well, those birds don't take much time, but I spend probably an hour, and there's only 3 birds. I got to clean. I have some pretty good sized cages. I got to clean underneath the cages and then clean their food bowls or water bowls and all that, put food in it. And I have like a macaw and I have some African grays. So they're 2 different sizes. Well, the macaw, she can eat different size foods, pretty good size. But for the littler birds, which aren't that little, they're let's see, probably a foot maybe with all their feathers. And they like their food. Their beaks are smaller and they like their food cut up. So, it just takes time to cut everything up and clean everything up. It takes me pretty much an hour to do that. And you know, that's uncovering them and doing all the stuff that I need to do. So I kind of got off topic here. But anyway, you know, I wake up at the time, I get what I need to get done, and then I come in here and do what I need to do. That's what you need to do. Now, setting a goal that is high on the list. There's a few things that I think that are very important. One is having a positive attitude. One is setting goals, setting your intentions, um, setting your intentions, learning, and training. I think all these are important for your business. And a lot of people cut out all that. They want to take an easy way. Just like we were in school, people never really changed. You know, I don't know if you remember when you were in school, but everybody wanted to take the easy way out. I was one of them. I always wanted to take the easy way out. I really didn't like school, so I wanted that easy way out. But to be successful, there's really no easy way out, guys. To be successful, it's hard until you're there. Once you're there, you don't go back. Even if you lose it all, you already been there, you know how to get there. All right. So setting your goals. This is very important. Very, very important. You want to set your goals with very precise and detailed. You know, you want to write them down and you want to review them once or twice a day. I would say twice, once in the morning, once in the evening before you go to bed. You want this constantly in your brain. You know, if you want to make money, if you want something in life, no matter what it is, and I'll give you an example. If you ever bought your first car, you went to the dealership, you checked out the cars, you went to another one, maybe you went to another one, you finally find the one you want. That's exactly the one you want, that one right there. You found the color, you like the car, you like everything about it. The guy gives you the price, and it's outrageous. But that's the one you want. So you go home and think about it. You can't sleep. This is when you know you really like something. You can't sleep. And this has happened to me, you know. My mentor will come out with a product or a new business or something. He get us, you know, kind of excited about it and stuff. And you can't sleep that night. So the same thing with the car. You can't sleep. You're thinking about it all the time. You got your mind thinking, how am I going to get the money? You know, I want to really get this car, and how am I going to do this? So you got your brain thinking about it. You got the salesman working on it. And the next day you're driving to work and wow, you see that car everywhere, different colors. And finally you see one that's the same color. Where were they before? Well, they were still there. You just never saw it. So same thing with your business. If you really, you know, want something, you're going to get it. Now, setting goals, the more detailed it is, the better off it's going to be. If you want to make a certain amount of money, and what the date is, what the date you want to make it on, you know, what you're going to do with the money once you get the money, as detailed as you can. You know, I'm sitting here looking out the window. I finally look at my computer, and it popped up, and I even made more than I thought it was going to make. You know, that kind of detail. You could talk about how cold it is, how warm it is. You know, if it's a 90-day, you know, goal, then you got to figure out 90 days from now, is it going to be cold or is it going to be warm? You know, if you live like where I live in Florida, it could be warm or cold at that time of the year, you know, depending. And then cold is not really that cold. Cold, to, it's cold to me, but not cold to somebody that lives up north. So, you know, make it as much detailed as you can. The better you do it, and you got to write it. You can't just think about it, and you have to write it down. I did one the other day. I don't have it right with me. It's a couple pages long. Now, the pros, they tell you to take a couple days to write all this stuff down. Now, some of these guys will write their whole life goals, but I am still in the process of just doing, sometimes I'll do a weekly goal, sometimes I'll do a monthly goal, and sometimes I'll do a 90-day goal, all in one thing. This is what I expect in a week, especially when I'm doing like campaigns like we did last week. And we're actually going to do another campaign. I think there's 3 of them this upcoming week. So I'll talk to you about that later. Anyway, so you want to write your goals. You want to, make sure that your goals are what you want. A lot of times we think we want something and then we want something else, and then we lose track of what we really wanted. So you have to really want this business or whatever you're doing. Now, I told you a positive attitude, and we talked about the positive attitude of the waiter. And a lot of people will say, well, I've tried the positive stuff and it don't work. Well, it's better than the negative stuff. No matter how you look at it, even if it don't work for you, which it will through time, it's just like that waiter or waitress. If you go there, say the first time you just give her the regular flat 15% or whatever, and she did a really good job. Maybe you tipped her an extra dollar, or whatever at the end. The next time she does another excellent job. Now you're going to be more inclined to give her a better tip, right? So right off the bat, she did just 2 interviews, 2 dinners with you, and they were both premium. Her attitude was positive. She smiled at the right time. She gave you excellent information on what you wanted to eat, and she got it there on time, exactly the time you needed it to be. She filled your drinks and gave you some kind of dessert option. You're going to give her a better tip compared to anybody else that doesn't do that stuff. So she made more money by doing nothing other than being positive that she was the first time. All right. And positive attitude is so much more. I mean, when you get into your business and you say, well, I think I can do this, but I'm not really sure. Or you come in and say, I'm going to do this no matter what. What do you think is going to work the best? I think I'm going to do this better no matter what. Attitude is going to be a lot better. And just being a positive attitude about everything, everything that you do in life, your life will be better. Your business will be better. Might not happen today, but it'll start today. Whenever you start, it'll start. Think about yourself, how you can improve yourself. Don't worry about everybody else. A lot of times, if you get in big businesses and stuff and there's leaderboards and stuff, thinking, I didn't even look at it because when I first looked at it, it was like I got stressed out. I got, I felt like I should be up there too, and it just dragged me down. You know, everything happens for a reason, and you just got to figure out, what the reason is. Sometimes things happen around here. Animals die, and I think, how can I think of something positive of this? Sometimes I really can't come up with something positive, but I just feel that God took that animal quick enough, and it didn't suffer. There was something wrong with it, and it could have been worse down the line. Maybe it got some disease and took out the whole, my whole herd. you know you never know. Sometimes when you get a ticket and you're stopped there and you're thinking, what's positive of this? Well, maybe if you went down the road, you would have got in an accident. Maybe something else would have happened to you. You just never know. So, you know, it happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. I don't know if you believe in God, but I think, God takes care of us in a certain way, which we don't know. Because, I think we're all like, kind of like at Christmas time, everybody's like, what'd you get me? What'd you get me? What'd you get me? It should be, what did you get somebody else? That whole thing has screwed up. And that's how people are on the internet. It's me, 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 me. And, things are changing, really. It's more about value and stuff now on the internet, I think, a lot more than it was when I first started. So I think the internet is changing, what's happening in the marketplaces. But there's still people out there, because they've been scammed before. They think everything's a scam. They get on our road chats, and this is a scam. They just always want money, guys. If you want to be in business, you got to spend some money. Let me put it to you this way. When you go to college, what do? You have to buy your courses, right? Your books. So that would be your tools. Let's say, let's just compare them, internet to college. All right. So college, you need your classes, you need books, which would be kind of like your tools, right? So in the internet, you would need some kind of course to help you learn this stuff. And then there's tools like autoresponders and landing page creators that you need. What's the difference? This one, you're not going to make any money until 4 years down the line. This one, you can make money starting today. This one is going to be a heck of a lot cheaper than this one. And now, I'm not knocking college. There's a lot of people that, want to get that experience. They have certain goals that they want to work. But I'm just saying, I'm just kind of comparing them, because people, they come to the internet and they think, wow, I'm going to make a lot of money. All I got to do is put $7 in. That's so funny. I hear that on Facebook and I just laugh my butt off. I just can't believe, how people can be that. I don't know. It's just naive, the word I was thinking about. How can they be so naive? So another thing is building your mental, reserve. And we talked about this, about being confident, getting your self-esteem up, getting these little results. This thing's called getting results. Just getting little results. You know, if you're doing a campaign and you get 50 clicks and you get 20 opt-ins, that's a result. You got something. Now I'm going to be talking about email verification sometime. Maybe I'll work it into something as we move along. And I'm just starting it, so I really, I want to experience before, I don't want to give you theory on that. So I want to experience it. But a lot of these guys are hitting a lot of these big places like, High Traffic Academy, how like Empower Network, some of these bigger companies, and they're say, these people selling me and you want to get a solo ad or something, and they're throwing in a script, even sometimes, you check these people out and you vent them and they're okay. You get, say you got 30-40% opt-in rate the last time. And then all of a sudden you get, 80 or 90%. But then when you go to send your emails out, nobody opens them. Or you get complaints. So I'm putting this email verification thing in my landing pages. I can even do, I think, I haven't got the link yet today, but I think I can even take the emails that I have and put them in bulk and get out emails that are bad. We did a campaign last week, and I think he said there was over 100,000 leads, and 12,000, either 12,000, I think it was 12,000 of them were bad emails. 18,000 of them were people that are chronic complainers. So this thing doesn't just do, it takes care of, say you spell your email wrong, like sometimes you get two I's and they're real close and you really don't see it. Maybe you need glasses or, whatever the case may be. So your email is going to go through because it, sometimes GetResponse or whoever you're using really doesn't know that's not a, valid email. It's an email. It has .com or whatever, .aol, behind it. So it figures it's a good email, but it really wasn't. So when you go to contact it, it's not even no good. And that why, that might be a reason why when you send out some emails, nobody's opening them. Nobody's, got nothing. Another reason is, let's see. There's other reasons. I can't think of it. I lost track of mine there. But there's other reasons why you wouldn't get them through. And, there was like, I couldn't believe 18,000 people were chronic complainers. That's incredible. It won't let the email through. So if you're constantly complaining, that could mess you up here real soon, because we're getting serious about what we're doing. And with these people doing scams and bots and stuff like that, and these scripts where it's not really people, it's just a bunch of emails, then we're going to the next level and get this email verification. Now this is HDA complete, so there's thousands of people going to be doing this. And once you start, or the industry sees that somebody's doing something and is working, the rest of the industry catches up pretty quick. So if you're a chronic complainer, you might have to change your email and quit complaining, or get out of the business period and do something else that you really believe in. Because if you're complaining, you're not happy, and you're just pouring a bunch of negative, poisonous stuff out and it's really not hurting anybody else but you. And I hate to see that. I used to be like that years ago when something good would happen to me. Say I get a raise. I don't know. I never really liked my raises. They were like 3% or something, and it was like $20. And then as soon as I got my raise, it seemed like gas prices would go up. They take the $20 anyway, you know what I'm saying? So instead of thinking, well, it's a good thing I made that 3% to cover the extra gas costs, I would be like, oh, God, I'd be more negative towards it. Like, everything, if anything good happened to me, I could turn it into negative. And if you're like that, man, you really want to change your life. It would be so much better. Your life will be so much better if you just change your life and turn it around, get rid of the negative stuff, quit complaining. It just ain't worth it. It's hurting you more than anybody out there, unless they're really listening to you, and then it's hurting them too. So you're just hurting a bunch of people if you're doing that. Another thing you can do is physical. We've talked about this in other webinars here that I've done. I always talk about walking, and it helps you clear your mind. When you're working out, I work out and I walk, and it just clears your mind. It builds your confidence. I mean, if you're working out or you're walking, and it also helps you with your goals. I have goals when I walk. I'm like, well, I'm going to walk for half an hour, but I want to lose, not lose. I don't want to, I want to lose weight, but calories. I want my calories to be at this number. Say I lost 300 calories or whatever the case may be. All right, whatever the little clock thing says. And I would do those goals. So not every day did I hit that. Some days I didn't. And to get that, you have to incline the treadmill. You would get a certain amount if you just walk, as straight, on the bottom. But the more you incline, the more the calories rack up. So once, I just got this thing a year ago, and I was playing around with it. And once I figured it out that you had the incline to get the more calories off, and that's what I worked on. So, you can't just go straight up to 10, all the way, unless you're in really physical good shape. And I walk a lot, but not on an incline like that. So I had, you have to take it easy. You can always check with your doctor and make sure you're physically ready to do that kind of stuff. So that's what what I did. And when I get goals and when I get results, that builds confidence. It builds my self-image, makes me feel better. It's like when you look yourself in the mirror, and a lot of you guys probably don't know me, but I really have gray hair. I'm gray all the way. And I think what happened to me, because I was gray early, is I scared the crap out of myself. I had a lot of anxiety. I had back problems, and I thought I wasn't going to be able to walk. And I dealt with this for like 20 years before I figured out. And that's why I know a lot of this mind stuff works, because I figured out what my problem was, which was me poisoning myself. And once I figured out how to fix it, which I read a book, Psycho-Cybernetics, which had helped me how to fix it, my life got 20, 30 times better than it was for the last 20 years. I'd go places. I never went anywhere. I was always afraid my back was going to go out. Where was I going to be? How was I going to get stuck? How was I going to get home? Because when my back went out, I was flat on my back, and I'm done. I'm done for weeks. I got to stay there, put ice on it, put heat on it, just I'm flat out generally done for a couple weeks. So I worried about that. Worry is a bad thing. If you're always constantly worried, you'll get stomach problems or you'll get physical problems, whatever it is. Like, I think a lot of the worry that I had went straight to my back. I think it takes the weakest part of your body and just puts it there, and says, well, we'll make it even worse. So this can happen to you. And all these negative things really can, over the years, put you down big time. But you could get right back up and hit it, just like I did. I turned it around in about 6 months. I went, from not going anywhere to, I live in Florida, going all the way to Hawaii. And I had a little bit of problems, but I had that book and I kept on thinking, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm okay. I made it. I went to Denver a couple weeks later. I've been around, the United States and different places and not any problems. I'm heading out to California in October for another meeting for HDA. So these things can help you. I'm telling you, I can look you straight in the eye and tell you for sure that if you follow them and you do them, a lot of people say, I'll try, but they really don't try. Here's the thing you can do. A lot of people complain about other people. I was watching something today, and the lady complained about work. She hated everything about work, everything. Didn't like the people, didn't like her work, everything. And it was a Zig Ziglar video, to tell you the truth. So Zig says, well, do you get paid there, or are you just doing it for fun? She says, no, I get paid. So do you like getting paid? Oh yeah, I love getting paid. Well, you like that because he told her to write everything down, and she didn't do it. She came there for this problem. And a lot of times when people come to you, once you get popular or whatever, you have some knowledge about something, they'll come to you with the problem, but they really don't want the problem to solve. So we talked about this. So he said to her, well, if you're not going to take the first step, I can't help you. So she opened up her book and he went down the line. I guess, he had, by the time they were finished, she had 20 things she liked about the business, about where she worked. All right. So what he told her to do is go home and look in the mirror. And instead of like, put love. And read them off looking into the mirror. He says, the eyes are the windows of the soul. So she did it. She comes back to another one of his meets, and he said she had a smile as big as a banana. You could put the banana in sideways. So she turned herself around. And it was about her. That's why I keep telling you, check yourself. Maybe you want to do the same thing. Write down the things about, whatever, your company that you don't like, or whatever it is. Something that you're having a problem with and you think it's somebody else's problem. A lot of people, they get in these companies and they say, well, this don't work, but these guys are making money. So it has to be something about them. And I just want you to, recognize this and, think about it and, maybe use some of these techniques and, little ideas that I give you today. So, I have spiritual wrote down here. It's another mind, kind of like mind builder. Spiritually, it's going to balance you out. Um, I wasn't much of a Bible reader not too long ago, but I figured, what the heck? It's not going to hurt me at all to read that Bible. I didn't like the Bible because I'm not a great reader. So when they start talking thee and the and, all that stuff, I kind of lose it. It's hard for me to comprehend. So I found a Bible that's more of a reading type Bible. It's actually a work study Bible, I think it's called. So it's a lot easier for me to read, and it's stories about life. You know, it business life. It's just different type of book, and it's not going to hurt to educate yourself on different things. So, guys, today, oh, shoot. Let me screen share. As always, I always come back to this. On everything that you do, guys, any kind of campaign, any kind of video, any kind of blog post, you should always have some kind of action that you want somebody to take. And today, I would think total domination engineering should be the thing that you should do today. It will give you a lot of strategies, a lot of help with your business. HDA is seriously growing in the right direction. I'm very proud to be a participant of this course. It is a great course. You're really going to like it. Um, you're going to have just about everything you need. Here's the deal. Here's what's been happening the last couple weeks. We've been doing campaigns. All right. They build the funnel, they build the emails, they build everything. If you know me from a lot of these hangouts, I always tell you to build your own landing pages. Now, I may do that once the campaigns are, see, what we do is we turn the campaigns into evergreen. We do a launch on them and then we turn them into evergreen. A lot of these places will do a launch on something and then that's it. And you're done. And, if you got traffic after that or whatever, it's lost. What we do is turn the campaign into evergreen. So what I'm talking about here is, I need a drink. We're doing campaigns. All of us, everybody at HDA does the campaign. Our mentor gets on and tells us, hey, go find some solo ads, do some solo ads today. He guides us through the campaigns. So guys, if you're out there and you're having problems, not knowing what to do, you're not making any money, you can't figure this out, you're getting overwhelmed, this would be a number one way to turn your life around. You're going to get guided through these campaigns. Now, this upcoming week, I think we have 3 different campaigns. So you can pick whatever you want or run all 3 of them. The campaign we just did last week is turning evergreen, I think this week. It takes him about a week to, turn it all over. It was a little different, and he said he learned something. What we did is a live campaign, but I think I told you last week we busted the internet basically because there was over 100,000 people, and he has this system. It's a live stream type thing, which it only handles maximum 5,000. So he put a couple of them together, and then the chat roll got up to 3,200 people or 32,000 people, and it shut down. And he is more interactive, so he likes when the chat, when we're talking, because a lot of us are members, and so I was just checking the comments. So he learned a lot, and he said we can't do live things like that because there was just too many people, and the internet, the technology is not ready for that particular kind of thing. So, but these campaigns will be a little faster, he said, quicker money type thing. But anyway, the whole thing is we're going to basically show you how to do a campaign. Everything is going to be done for you. You won't have to do anything. The landing pages are done. The emails are done. He'll send them out because when we get opt-ins, they go to the company and us. So he actually sends them out for us. He writes them. Everything is done. All you need to do basically is get traffic to that particular link, which makes everything easy for somebody new. So you can either pick this. Total domination will give you value. It's going to give you strategies, some different strategies. It's going to give you some kind of value. If you want in right now so you can do them campaigns, then you come over here to the buy button and just buy straight out. You could actually push both those buttons. Wouldn't hurt me at all. I mean, I would love you to have the value that you'll get from Total Domination Engineering. It's a very good funnel. It's going to give you at least 4 hours of some great information that you can use to build your business. So if you want to get some of our older hangouts, you can come here where it says in blue, join my group, and join the group. And if you're in need of any tools or traffic or services, you could check out exactly what I use myself. Another thing is, if you have a team, you could actually come down here and get one of these apps. This is what I do for my team, is I do these hangouts, and a lot of my team has these same buttons. So as I'm pointing to them, you really don't know if you're on my page or their page. Most likely, if you have this one, though, you're on my page. And this is a funnel that I did myself. And so they put out the link. They get traffic to their Facebook app. That's what this is. I do the video, send it streaming through here. I give them all they need is a little link, right? It's not even a link. It's just some numbers, and they put that in their app. And every week when the video streams through, then they're all set up. They really don't even have to be there, to tell you the truth. So if some people work, and when I do the video, it goes through. These things are on total replay, so I'll leave this up until let's see, today's the 13th, so it'll be up to the 20th, which would be next Thursday. And then then it'll come down and it goes down back into this group. And if you want to find it on the group, it's up in here. It says file on the top here, right before the header. It says file. You go in there and click on getting results Hangouts, and they'll all be listed there. All right, guys, any questions? Hey, Debbie. Everything looks good. It's about an hour. I hope I didn't bore you to death. I hope you take some of those ideas really and use them. I know they're really going to help you. Having a positive attitude isn't going to hurt you. It's totally going to help you. And a lot of people, you know, back years ago, they'd say positive thinking, you know, but positive thinking isn't going to make you successful. It isn't going to hurt you. It's better than negative attitude or just being negative. So, you know, but a long time ago, they used to, I remember back in some of the old meetings and stuff, they'd say, you know, you need a positive attitude, you know, positive attitude is successful, but really it isn't. You know, it's having a positive attitude is much better than, you know, trying to be positive all the time, because nobody can be positive all the time. And, you know, like I said, it's better to be positive than negative. So I'm going to end with that. And next week, possibly we'll do another campaign case study. Pretty sure we will, but I'm not positive. You never know. And hey, guys, let me unhide myself. I really hope you have a really good day. I hope you learned a lot here, and I hope to see you next week. I appreciate it. My name's Glenn Byers. I'll see you later.